All of this stems from a single aspiration: to live like the monks in the time of the Buddha.
The Path of Austerity, Dhutaṅga. Episode 1. The Steps of Letting Go. At dawn, before the sunlight could pierce the lingering mist, the village path was still damp and cold. A solitary figure, clad in a simple brown robe and holding an alms bowl, walked with calm and unhurried steps. His bare feet touched the earth, relaxed, silent, unhurried. This is the Venerable Minh Tuệ, a monk who has chosen the path of Dhutaṅga, a path of ascetic practice that very few undertake in its entirety. People often ask, "Why do you choose such a difficult path?" He only smiles gently. Life is impermanent. No one knows if they will live today and die tomorrow, so I must practice early. If I were to die and lose this body, I would no longer have the chance. 1. Dhutaṅga, the path of return to absolute simplicity. In the Buddha's teachings, Dhutaṅga refers to 13 ascetic practices that the Blessed One permitted monks to undertake, with the aim of eradicating craving, arrogance, and attachment. These practices include 1. Wearing robes made from discarded scraps of cloth, pamshukulika, robes made from refuse rags, symbolizing simplicity and freedom from materialism. 2. Possessing only 3 robes, trachivarika, wearing only 3 robes, an inner, outer, and under robe, expressing contentment and non-greed. 3. Living on alms, pindapatika, eating only what is offered in the alms bowl, expressing humility and non-discrimination. 4. Going on an uninterrupted alms round, sapadanakarika, going from house to house without skipping any, expressing fairness and impartiality. 5. Eating in one session, ekasanika, eating only once a day in a single sitting to practice restraint and moderation. 6. Eating only from the alms bowl, patapindika, eating only from the bowl to avoid luxury and waste. 7. Refusing food offered later, kalupashkadbhaktika, not storing food for later, practicing letting go and trusting in the present. 8. Dwelling in the forest, aranyaka, living in solitude, away from all distractions to cultivate inner silence. 9. Dwelling at the root of a tree, virksamulika, resting under a tree, letting go of attachment to shelter. 10. Dwelling in the open air, apyavakashika, living under the open sky, unafraid of sun or rain, not seeking comfort. 11. Dwelling in a cemetery, shmashanika, living among the dead, to contemplate impermanence and fearlessness. 12. Being content with any resting place, yatasamstarika, sleeping wherever is available, practicing adaptability and non-attachment. 13. Sitting only, never lying down, naisadhyika, always remaining in a sitting or walking posture, expressing diligence and vigilance. Each practice erodes the ego, loosens the body's grip, and opens the mind to liberation. The less the body demands, the more easily the mind can rest in peace. The Venerable Minh Tuệ has undertaken many of these. 1 meal a day, sleeping outdoors, walking barefoot, carrying no money, no phone, and owning no unnecessary items.
All of this stems from a single aspiration: to live like the monks in the time of the Buddha.
2. The beginning. From an ordinary person to one who renounced all. Before walking the path of true practice, the Venerable Minh Tuệ was like anyone else, young, busy with work, relationships, and worldly pleasures. However, like a seed planted long ago, a day came when he realized that worldly hustle could not bring true peace. In the scriptures, the Buddha taught, "This triple world is on fire, yet being still play in the burning house." The Venerable realized that he too was in that burning house, where greed, hatred, and delusion constantly flare up, binding beings to the endless cycle of birth and death. From this understanding, he made a vow to let go of all comforts, to live on the compassion of others through each grain of rice in his bowl, and to turn every footstep into a practice of mindfulness. 3. The meaning of each step in Dhutaṅga. Every morning he dons his robe, takes his alms bowl, and walks on unfamiliar roads. His bare feet touch the ground, feeling the cold, the heat, the stones, the sharp thorns, reminding him of the fragile, impermanent nature of the body. The giver rejoices, the receiver is grateful. This is a profound connection between people, transcending the boundaries of mine and yours. The Buddha once said, "Generosity is the seed of merit." Thus, each alms round is not just the reception of material goods, but also a sharing of mindfulness and presence, offering a spark of goodness to all who meet him. 4. The benefits of Dhutaṅga in the teachings. Dhutaṅga severs greed, because one does not hoard possessions or seek luxury. Dhutaṅga severs pride, because one depends solely on the goodwill of others. Dhutaṅga severs heedlessness, because in simplicity, free from distraction, the mind naturally abides in the present. In the Majjhima Nikaya, the Buddha taught, just as a bird, wherever it flies, carries only its wings, so too should a monk carry only what is essential, unburdened in mind. 5. The Venerable Minh Tuệ, an exemplar of the Dhutaṅga practice. Looking at the journey of the Venerable Minh Tuệ, we see clearly that the spirit of Dhutaṅga is not just a theory in scriptures, but a life expressed through every breath and every step. He chose to eat one meal a day, not to torture the body, but to remind himself that this body needs very little. While ambition is endless, he walks barefoot, without shoes, not to attract attention, but to directly feel the body's fragility, to always be aware that life is impermanent. He sleeps outdoors, with the sky as his roof, the earth as his bed, and the wind and dew as his companions. This is not just austerity, but complete relinquishment, so as not to cling to any comfort. Every grain of rice in his bowl, every sip of water, is a lesson in dependent origination, in gratitude, and in the interconnectedness of all people. What is precious about him is not just his adherence to many ascetic practices, but his serenity, gentleness, and humility. When asked why he chooses such a difficult path, he simply smiles. Life is impermanent. We live today and die tomorrow. If I don't practice now, and I happen to die tomorrow, it will be too late. This is not an empty saying, but a truth that is genuinely seen and lived in every moment. In him, we recognize the image of a monk from the Buddha's time echoing into the present, a simple life yet filled with the light of freedom. He has nothing in his hands, yet his mind is complete. He holds no property, yet he possesses a priceless treasure, inner peace. The Dhutaṅga footsteps of the Venerable Minh Tuệ are a mirror, reminding us that amidst a modern life full of comforts and temptations, there can still be someone who dares to live radically, to place their full faith in the teachings, and to let go of everything to find liberation for themselves. And it is this very simplicity that has become a source of inspiration, helping people to pause and ask themselves, what do I truly need to be happy? And what can I let go of to live more lightly? Conclusion. The ascetic path of the Venerable Minh Tuệ reminds us, happiness comes not from adding more to life, but from letting go of what weighs us down. In the next episode, we will follow him on the long road ahead, through sun and rain, hunger and cold, and into the raw truth of the human heart.